Good evening, everybody. We've got a good kickoff to the Chassis season tonight. Your Valor Screaming Eagles against the Cherry Creek Bruins. If anyone watched the playoffs in the CPHL playoffs, you'll remember Valor knocking off Cherry Creek in the semifinals, redeeming themselves after a bad loss earlier in the season. So we'll see how this one ends up. It's Friday night, 8 o'clock kickoff. We've got warm-ups done. We'll be dropping the puck shortly here. We've got one scratch. Jack Bevan, unfortunately, is not feeling his best and will not be dressed. We will miss him for sure. Pretty much the same roster as we saw on the CPHL season here. In addition to number 26, Ben Annickstein. I believe I'm pronouncing that correctly. Appears we got Noah King starting between the pipes this evening. And we may see a shake-up in lines here with Jack Bevan out, as we do. Gabe Fisher starting in center. Carson deep on the left, Ben Purchase on the right. Coffey and Foy in the blue line. Puck is dropped. And back Foy's going to knock a good hit to start this game here as the puck is loose at center ice. It's dumped back to the Cherry Creek defenseman. They're going to try to chip up the boards. Coffey's there. He's going to bang it off the boards to Fisher. Fisher's got control. Passes it back to Foy. Foy across the rail. He's going to dump it in. This Purchase, the first man chasing in the corner. They're going to try to wrap it on the boards, but Purchase has it. Fisher there to help. Purchase now with the puck on his stick. Gives it back to Coffey. Coffey's going to try to fire down low. Goes off a skate, and they're going to try to pass up, and they do. Breakaway here for Creek right out of the bat. Good job by Foy to come back, and Coffey to cover the pass in front of the net. Good job by the defense to cover any attempt there as Coffey tries to dump it up to Canapari, who's hit the ice. Purchase now leaves the puck for Fisher. Fisher now skates up across the blue line. He's going to chip it up and down. That could be icing here, and it is. First whistle of the game is 16:04 left. We'll see a face-off down to the left side of Noah King. Bremer hits the ice with Bird and Annickstein, I believe, flanking him. We've got Im and O'Donnell on the point. A little work at the time. I guess they put 17 minutes on the clock and they adjusted that now. So it was 16:04 was listed. They knocked it down to 14. So periods apparently in the Chassis season at 15 minutes. Puck back. Creek has his possession. They go back to the point. They try to dump it down the flank. Baird's there to chip in the middle. The puck gets knocked out. Creek now circling back. They're going to look D-to-D. They don't pass it. Defenseman holds it out. They go D-to-D. Regrouping in there, and they're going to pass up the middle to the red line. Im's there to intercept the pass. He carries it back into his zone, back in the corner. Goes behind the net over to O'Donnell. O'Donnell with two men on him. Im's there behind that. Battle with 2-on-2 behind the net. O'Donnell's there. Im's there. Creek takes it into the far corner. Good battle down low here as Creek now is going to look back at the point, but Annickstein's there to knock it back to O'Donnell. O'Donnell with a little bit of room, passes it up, chips off winger stick, travels the ice. They call it a deflection, so no icing, but we're going to get new skaters on here as Gabe is the first forechecker down there. Cherry Creek tries to dip it down, but Annickstein's there to intercept. Creek then picks up on the red line, tries to dump it down, but Barone's there. Barone takes a second, goes far side to Deep. Deep looks up the middle, gets it to Gabe off his backhand. His pass is behind him. Creek's able to get it, but good job by Annickstein as he passes it behind him and tries to chip it down low. Bruins go D to D behind their net. They're circling up. They have it in the far wing, and they just chip it down. Teams just trying to get comfortable here and feel themselves out. Barone back in his zone. He's going to go behind the net, try to buy. Sometimes got 2 men on him. Able to get the puck up the boards to Annexstein. 2-on-2 battle down low in the corner. Bruins getting fired all the way around. They're going to end up with possession here. They chip it down to Coffey's there. He's going to try to throw up the near boards here. Get to the Bruins defenseman. They throw up in the middle. They get a shot from the top of the circle, and they have it loose in front of the net. But good job by Carson Deep to tie up his man here as he battles in the corner for the loose puck. Bruins end up with it here. They're going to pass it back to the point. They're going to try to go D to D, but Carson again with a good deflection. He's gone across the blue line on a breakaway. He's got one man to beat. Gets a good move on the backhand, but just slides off his stick to miss the post. As he does a great job getting the puck up, but Bruins are now battling back. Bremer's there to chip the puck off of the Bruins stick before it gets dumped back down the Valor end. Foy now gets up to Purchase. Purchase of the circle. He backs it, hand it back to Foy. Foy over to Im off the boards. Good stretch pass up to Canapari, but just got deflected by a Bruins player here as Bruins now will regain possession into their zone. And try to throw up the new boards here. Chips off of the boards is all the way down. Noah handles it, swings it around to the far corner. Bruins are there to pick it up. Im's there to dump it around the near boards here. Goes up to the Bruins defenseman. They're going to chip it down low. End up with possession in the corner. They leave behind the net. Im there with possession. He's going to try to throw it up the near boards again. Purchase there. Chips out to the middle to Bremer. Bremer now across the blue line with possession. He's going to bank it up off the boards. And will follow chase as the entire Screaming Eagles group changes. So the Bruins are going to be able to skate it up. Good pass across the center line. Can't handle it. And here goes Deep. Deep's got some room. He's making one move. He's got 2 men to beat. Goes around another man with backhand. Good move by Deep with the backhand. Just misses the top corner. As Deep is showing some serious skill here as the game is in the infancy stages. 10:26 to play. Got Bird out there with Deep and Fisher as that puck gets chipped up. Good job by Barone to play it with his hand to keep it in. Puck's chipped up and thrown towards the Bruins goalie as he grabs it and holds for a whistle with 10-12 left in the first period. A couple good chances by each team as they continue to get comfortable with this game. They're going to face off to the right of the Bruins goalie here. It's, again, Fisher, Deep, Bird, O'Donnell, and Barone out there. Puck gets to Deep. He tries to backhand down low to Bird. Puck is loose. Fisher's got it. Oh, with a good move on the goalie, but the goalie makes a great save as Fisher had a backhand and partially open net, but the goalie comes across, moves extremely well laterally to knock that down and finally covers up for another whistle. Good chance by Valor there to put one on the board, but as we've seen in the past, these Creek goalies are up to the task. New 5. Canapari, Joseph, Annexstein. Forwards. Annexstein gets a shot, gets deflected, just misses the net. So the Bruins pick up behind the net with some speed. They're going to skate it out of the zone, at least try to. They chip it up. Good job by Annexstein there. Off the Coffey as he knocks it out. Good battle on the near boards that gets dumped into Valor's zone. Joseph there, backhands the Coffey, back to Joseph behind the net. He's going to throw it up to Foy. Foy makes a move down behind the net with possession. They pass it over to Coffey. Coffey now behind it, chips it up to Bremer. Bremer far side, he gets picked off, but couldn't handle it here, so deflection, but still gets out. And back to Bruins defenseman at their blue line here as they try to pass up the zone. He's going to travel to end this, gets deflected, so icing is waved off, but Bruins are going to win that race. Got Foy shoveling over to Coffey. Coffey with some time, gives it back to the far corner to Foy. Lots of Bruins play this. Foy tries to shove up the boards. Can't. Bruins now in the corner with possession. They're going to look in front of the net. Good job by Bremer to seal him off. Deep is there, put it back behind the net. Foy back over to Coffey with a little bit of room. Coffey now will try to skate it out with a pickpocket there as Annexstein able to knock it at least to the blue line. That looks like a gap. No, the ref waves it off, so no offside as Bruins are able to hem in the Screaming Eagles there. They get a shot on net. Good job by Noah. Gets the rebound, another rebound, and they end up chipping it up over his shoulder as the man is not picked up, and hopefully we'll get a replay here to see what happened, but they had a shot from the blue line that got through. Noah with the initial save, pick up the rebound, and Noah with the secondary save, but the same player gets a third attempt on it and is able to chip it up over his shoulder. Here's the replay. Good save by Noah. There's a second shot that gets stopped, and then again, not picked up in front of the net, and that's a goal. So 1-0 for Cherry Creek with 8:24 left. Face-off's completed. We've got him back with a lot of pressure by Bruins. They continue to force the puck goes past in front, but that goes all the way down off of Bruins player. So icing will be waved off. Deep down there with some pressure and gets a stick on it behind the net, but Bruins are able to maintain possession. They're going to try to pass it near boards. O'Donnell tries to step in there. Does, but can't get it. In is able to chip it down to O'Donnell. O'Donnell tries to get it deep. Bruins end up with possession. They'll go far side and then back to the near side here. And now Purchase has the puck. It's got some numbers, stick handles. Bruins player takes it off his stick. They're going to go the far side here. Im is there to shovel it back in the corner. Fisher, Purchase, and Canapari on the ice. As Fisher, Purchase skates off a Bird to hit the ice. Bruins are able to skate across the rail, then they chip it up over the blue line. And O'Donnell now behind the net with a little bit of time. He's going to pass up to Bird on the near side. Bird can't quite get it out. Gets back in the Valor zone. O'Donnell now behind the net. Challenged by a Bruins player here. Ends up with possession. Fisher now has. He's going to send it up to Bird again. He chips it up, and Canapari is battling a Bruins player here. Bruins pick it up at the red line. They're going to nice backhand pass across the blue line, but good job by O'Donnell to deflect that and knock it out. Bruins now at their blue line regrouping. They're going to look up D to D. They're going to chip up to the red line, and Bremer's there to deflect it up. Canapari now. Puck gets shot in. O'Donnell is going to dump it all the way down. That'll be icing. And we'll get some fresh legs on the ice for Valor. Barone and Coffey step in for the blue line. We've got Bird, Bremer, and Joseph hitting the ice. Sorry, Bird skates off and Annexstein comes on. Bremer on the dot. Wins the draw. Over to Joseph. Joseph dumps it down. I don't think that'll be hard enough for an icing. Actually, it does go down. Creek's player really wasn't skating at his full potential, but that's okay. They're going to whistle it down. So we'll reset, redo. 6:35 left in the first. 1-0. Cherry Creek Bruins. Picked up. Bremer wins the second one. Actually goes back to Noah. Noah just calmly covers it, and we'll redo it. By Bremer here as the puck is loose in the corner. Got some time. Bremer goes back to Barone behind the net. Goes in the corner to Coffey. Coffey skates behind the net. Looks over to Barone. Barone has a chance. Passes up to Bremer. Good look. Bremer now across the blue line. Good back check by the Bruins. Always lift his stick and end up with dumping the puck back to Coffey. Coffey now backs to his blue line. Gets up to Bremer. Bremer tries to make a move and pass it over to Joseph, but Bruins are there. Finally dumping in deep by Barone. Bruins now behind the net with some light pressure by Stein, and Bruins are able to get out of the blue line. Stein there will play it over to Fisher. Fisher tries to back to Barone, but he was moving in the wrong direction. He's got it in the corner. He's going to chip it up to Stein. Stein will backhand it out of the zone. Bruins are able to intercept it as they pass it to the blue line. And here we go. Stein now with one man to beat. Crossing the blue line, goes around him on the outside, going to the net on a sharp angle, fires a shot. Creek's goal is able to stop it, and they knock it to the corner as they chip it up off the boards. Deep is there, tries to backhand it to Fisher. Going to fire a shot just wide. Bruins defenseman behind the net. They're going to fire it up off the glass of the near boards, and they get out, but Barone's there, knocks it down, fires in the zone. We've got a man offside as we clear the zone here. They're going to fire it to the far side. They got a stretch past the blue line. Man got a piece of it, but couldn't control it as it goes deep into Valor zone. Puck on the near side here. Bruins end up with possession. Almost out. Benson steps up and knocks it deep. Bronow's going to fire it up off the boards. Purchase battling on the near boards. Fisher assisting. The puck goes towards the net. Bruins deflected as we're battling here on the near boards, and the Bruins are able to seal it in. We can't get this puck out. Bruins down with it behind the net and throws it in front. Man on the slide, chips it towards Noah. No, good job by Noah. Knocks down with his chest, drops in front and covers it. There's a little bit of bumping here in front as someone took a shot after the whistle. And it's like no calls to be made, as should be the case. And we got a new 5 for Valor. We're going to face off to the right of Noah King. So we've got Im and O'Donnell on the blue line. Bremer, Anixstein, and Bird. Forward side. Bruins win the draw. Bird was there to chip it up. Anixstein tries to play it to himself around the defense, but just can't quite get it. Bruins go to backhanded behind the net and try up the near boards here. Good look up the middle as they're going to be able to skate across the blue line, get the red line. Good job by O'Donnell, knock the puck away from him here. Maintains possession. He's going to try to chip it by his man. Bird then chips it up to Bremer. Bremer tries to glove it to himself. Couldn't quite reach it as Bruins pick up the puck. They're going to pass up the red line and dump it in here, but O'Donnell's back. He's turning. Will circle back behind the net, biding some time. Will fire it off the boards, but the Bruins defense is able to seal it in. Bremer now able to steal it. Puts up off the boards and just back to the Bruins defense. And they're going to go D to D here. The near boards are at the red line. Going to hit the blue line. They carry in with possession. They're going to chip it up forwards. Bruins now with possession behind, on the dot. They're going to try to take a shot. Good block, but it kicks out to their defense and fires a shot. It just missed to the left of Noah. As the Bruins now are going to end up with possession. Going to throw it in the middle of the ice, but Bremer now has it. Bruins are back checking. They got 4-on-1 there. Here's Joseph across the red line. He's going to cross the Bruins. Going to dump it in. And Chase is the first man back behind the net. He's got possession. Looks out front. Anixstein's going to fire a shot. Good save by the Bruins defenseman. Joseph does a great job stealing the puck, passing it to Anixstein in the high slot. Anixstein gets all of it. And the Bruins goalie is up to the task, makes the save. Got 3:07 left in this first period. The face off to the right of the Bruins goalie. Fisher, Anixstein, and Joseph on the ice. Coffey and Foy in the blue line. Bruins together, try to bounce up. Foy's there to keep it in. Try to reverse it here. Gabe's there. Foy's got a bad angle, but he fires a good hard shot in the top corner. Foy's got to raise his shoulder to make the save. Puck's in the corner. Foy's pinching again. Good job by Connor to keep this puck in. As the Bruins finally get out. It's a 1-on-1 here. We got a Bruins player against Coffey. Coffey with a great stick just knocks in the corner calmly. And puck is down. We're going to see Fisher back there with Coffey behind the net. Bruins step out with it. And here we go with Coffey's going to kick it up to Anixstein. Anixstein is going to chip it up and out. Bruins get possession, just dump it all the way down as they're going to send a lot of pressure here as Noah plays it to the near corner. Anixstein now tries to knock it, but it's picked off by the Bruins. Bruins skate in and fire a shot from a tough angle. Noah has to make the save. Is giving him a lot of time here as they're skating around now. Canapari over to Deep. Deep tries to get it back to Canapari. Goes under his stick, across the blue line into the Bruins zone. They just ship it out to O'Donnell. O'Donnell tries to make him gets knocked out his stick, and now we've got the Bruins with numbers. They're going to throw it in the middle. Good hard shot by the Bruins, but Noah makes a big save. Purchase now has. He's going to try to fire it up to Deep. He gets it to him. Deep now. Down the near boards, makes a move. He's got a man in front, fires a shot. Bruins goalie looks like he made a good save there. The man in front for a rebound, but it kicked wide. Canapari now. Knocked off the puck. Goes down far side, rings up. O'Donnell's there to keep it in. Now the Bruins player is going to be able to get it up. But Deep is there with possession. He's going to backhand it to O'Donnell. O'Donnell's going to cross the red line here. Across the blue line. He's going to go around his man. Going to chip it deep. Bruins defenseman behind the net. Purchase with pressure. They're going to pass up the near boards here. They're going to cross the blue line with a lot of time. They're going to try to chip it all the way down. That should be an icing. And it is, as the Bruins player chipped it down before he earned the red line. And the refs caught it. With 1:10 left in the first period, we'll get an offensive zone faceoff to the left of the Bruins goalie. Still at a 1-0 deficit. Bremer, Bird, Fisher, Barone, and Coffey. Fisher wins the draw. Bremer to Barone. Barone fires one in, sends one in. High shot, goalie sees, gloves it, and holds. Fisher again kicks it to the left. Bruins player is there. He's going to chip it to the middle. Gets out of the zone, but now here's Fisher. It looks like he's clear. He's going to back onto his forehand. Goalie makes a good save. Oh, the rebound with Bremer just over the net. Good chance by Valor there as Fisher's able to carry that puck in. As now the Bruins chip it to themselves. It's a 2-on-1. Coffey's there with a good stick to knock it away. As good action here end to end. Canapar tries to bank it off the boards for Bremer. Ends up on the defenseman's stick here as Canapar is there to pick off a pass. And Atkinson skates in, tries to make a move, just gets chipped off of his stick. As the Bruins are going to dump it back down outside the reach of Barone. And the ref waves that off. It's too close. Barone throws up the boards. It goes to the Bruins defenseman. And puck is loose at the top of the circle here. And next time with the hit knocks down the pipe, he's going to end up with possession. Go behind the net, goes all the way around to the far corner. The Bruins end up with possession here. Looks like we're out of gas on the Valor side. They throw one towards the net, and luckily that gets deflected by Barone out of the rink and the end of the period. We'll end the first stanza 1-0 by the Bruins with a lot of action end to end. Cannot solve this Bruins goalie, at least to this point. We'll be back in a minute. All right, ready to kick off the second period. We are playing 15-minute periods here in Chassa. Purchase, Fisher, Deep, Foy, and Coffey. Here we go. Fisher's got one man to beat. He's got him beat. He's got on the back end, one-handed towards the goal. He's able to stop it. Deep is there to battle it down low, 2-on-2. Puck loose behind the net. Bruins are able to pick it up and pass it up the boards, but they're able to chip it up, and they're going to cross the red line here. Lots of willing to get a shot. No shot on that. Foy takes the angle, forces him outside. Good check by Foy. Fisher now play it back to Coffey. Goes down the corner. Deep is there. He's going to try to backhand. It gets sprung out in front here. As the Bruins are going to end up with possession. They're going to skate down behind the net. They're going to circle, go up in the high slot. They're going to get a shot on net. No is there. Cover it. No. Makes a save. That gets knocked down the ice. That'll be icing for sure. So just pull the trigger. Not a bad decision. Tough turnover in the corner. There's a puck gets passed out to the high slot with a good scoring chance by the Bruins, but Noah King there to knock it down in front, able to stop that attempt. Valor's willing to just knock it down the ice to get the whistle. I think Bremer's out there with Canapari and Bird. O'Donnell on the point with Am. O'Donnell's going to try to pass it up as that gets deflected. Creek has it. Going to throw another one towards the net. Noah King in the right position again, is able to chip it up to himself and glove it. He's going to face off to his left. 14:04 in the second. And backhand over to Canapari. Puck is loose. Top of the circle. Canapari now has got it. He's going to chip it up and will force Bruins behind the net. They're going to circle up, and that's a good stick by Bird as Canapari now has it on the dot. Puck is loose. Bruins are there. It's going to go back to the point. O'Donnell's going to not quite be able to keep it in, as the Bruins are going to end up with it on the blue line. They're going to skate it up, hit the red line, and dump it all the way down the far corner here. O'Donnell's going to be the first one to it. Bounces over his stick, so the Bruins have it and throw it towards the net. Player can't quite handle it here as Im is there, but they have numbers behind the net. As Bremer's there to throw a check. O'Donnell throws it up, but defenseman steps in. He's going to throw it towards the net. Gets bounced around. Im looks like he got a skate on it. And now he's going to skate out of the ice. It's a 2-on-2 with Bird on his right. Across the blue, he's going to fire a wrist shot. Goalie calmly blockers that to the left corner. The puck is loose for a second, but the Bruins then will circle back, maintain possession. Not a whole lot of forecheck here from the Valor Screaming Eagles as they get back in position. Im will carry it back into his zone with a man all over him. Mishandles a little bit, gets it over to Barone. Barone's going to fire it up off the boards to Canapari. Canapari now ends up off of his stick as the Bruins player. Canapari's going to circle with it inside of his zone. The Bruins going to pass it over to Im. Im off of his stick is going to just chip it up and throw it all the way down. It gets deflected, so icing is waved off. The Bruins go behind there, and they're going to shovel it. That gets picked off. Gabe now steps up in front, gets a good shot on net, but the Bruins goalie again makes a good save as Gabe steals that puck behind the net, steps out in front, and fires a good hard shot. Bruins goalie is able to make that save as the Bruins now behind. They're going to try to throw it in front. Another turnover here. Pass in front. Bremer had a good hard shot, but that got deflected as Bruins again will try to chip it out, but Eagles Coffey's there to seal it in. Annex time with a couple of good moves here. Just the last one just couldn't quite get it through the players. He's trying to get it towards the net. Gets dumped down the ice, but icing's wave off as Coffey's there to play it to Barone. Barone fights off a check. Got 3 Bruins on the side here as we battle down in the near corner. Bruins player's going to circle it back behind the net. Escape to the far corner here as he spins off a check of Barone. He's going to skip behind it, tries to throw it in front. That gets blocked. Good job by Barone to block that. Puck is now in the back of the net, and the ref will blow it down. So we'll have a face-off to the left of Noah King. 11:37 in the second period. 1-0 Cherokee Bruins. Bremer deep, Purchase, Foy, and O'Donnell. Bremer wins it to O'Donnell. O'Donnell will skate around his man. He's going to look up the boards and continues to do it, but the Bruins are all over them. Purchase now. Possession, they backhand it over to Foy. Foy at the blue line is going to chip it off the boards. The Bruins defenseman cannot break that seal for some reason. O'Donnell now at the blue line. He's going to circle back. He starts skating. They're deep now on the left side. Tries to pass. It gets deflected. Deep now into his zone. There we go. Deep's going to skate it up. He's going to pass it up to, tries to get to Perch, but again, Bruins all over us as their forecheck continues to cause some disruption here as we cannot not get some passes through. Deep now behind the net to O'Donnell. O'Donnell's with possession. He gets to Perch off of his skate. Perch makes a move, maintain possession down the zone. He passes the far side to Deep. Deep with his second off of his stick. Bruins defenseman there, get back to the point. They're going to throw it towards the net here, and the puck is loose for a second. Here we go. Foy's now got it across the blue line with a little bit of ice out. The red line's going to feed it back to himself off the boards. He's going to win the battle in the corners. The puck loose behind the net. As it goes behind that, Foy now behind the net with the puck. He's going to take a look, but we have people moving in the wrong direction. The puck leaves the zone. We got Coffey now. Tries to skate it up. Gets it to Bird. Bird tries to backhand it. And goes to the Creek defensemen. They're going to try to fire it up, but the man was changing luckily, or he was gone. Good hit by Coffey to knock his man off the puck. 2 men down on the ice because of Coffey, and here we go. Fisher now is going to skate it behind it. He's got a man chasing him. It skates up. It gets a stick on that puck to knock it away, and we'll fire it up to Canapari. Outside of his reach, it goes all the way down. Gets touched by Creek, so that icing is waved off as Creek maintains possession. They go up the far side. Good chip up the middle of the ice and a good breakout. We're going to have a 1-on-1 here as a Bruins player against Coffey. Coffey's there, but good back check by him using his speed, to disrupt that potential breakaway. Coffee had his man, but good assist by him to break that up. He's going to dump it down deep here. In with a second behind the net to make a good decision. We got to start moving our feet, get someone open for his passes. He dumps it out. Creeks easily picks it up at the red line. They're going to dump it in. Noah skates out of his net to stop it for him. In behind the net. And Coffee, as Creek playing pretty passive now in the forecheck to offset any pass out of the zone. They're able to bank it back into the corner here. Defenseman pinching. Chip the puck out all the way down. Riff's got his arm up. That will be an icing as soon as it crosses the red line. And it is 8:55 remaining in the second period. Bremer, Joseph, Annickstein, O'Donnell, and Barone. Barone in the dot. Creek wins it back to the defenseman and decide to send it around the near side here. Joseph is there with O'Donnell. Battle near boards. Creek picks up at top of the circle, go back to the far point and get a shot. Top of the circle, good hard shot. Noah sees it, stops it, holds it. Whistle on a face-off to his right. Barone leaves it for Annickstein across the blue line. Chips it by his man, takes a hit, but Bremer's got it. He's got Joseph in front. Circles the net, goes back to O'Donnell. O'Donnell stick handles, dumps it down, but Bruins are there to pick it up and easily skate it out of the zone here as they cross the red line. Over skate it. Bremer's there. Oh, sorry, Annickstein is there. 26, not 36, as he's going to chip it in and follow suit. Good hit by Annickstein. Knocks him out with the puck. He had it for a second, but the Bruins are there just outnumbering Valor as we're getting a line change. Fisher hits the ice with deep as Bruins crossing the blue line and get a backhand, throw it in front of the net. Noah's there to cover it. Looked like we had a good opportunity there, but making a line change, which is important and fine. As we have Fisher deep, Canapari up front with Coffee and Foy. Backing up 7:56. Fisher wins the draw back to Coffee. Coffee backhands it on the boards of deep. Deep's going to circle back behind the net over to Coffee. Canapari's there. He's going to bring it back as well. Bruins, a lot of pressure. It goes back to the Bruins defenseman. And fire towards the net, just off the outside of the net there. Is up the boards. Coffee's there. Canapari's there. Looks like he has a chance to finally gets it out, but just back to the Bruins defenseman. They're going to go D to D off the near boards here. Off the blue line and chip up to the red line. He's going to throw it in to Coffee. Coffee tries to bank it out, but that gets picked off and knocked back into our zone. Foy now on the near boards up to Coffee. The Bruins with a lot of pressure here. They're able to hem in the Screaming Eagles. Fisher tries to reverse it to Canapari. He brings it behind the net to Coffee. Coffee now will skate back behind the net. So he's got a little bit of time. He's going to fire it off the glass because he's got no one to pass to as we are not skating or getting open. Bruins now back in their zone, regrouping D to D, pass up the middle. Going to cross the red line here and into the zone. And tries to make a move on Coffee. Does. Gets it. Ends up with possession. It goes behind it. Tries to backhand it in front of the net. Gets knocked away, but ends up with possession to go behind the net. Circles. Goes to the near corner here. Maintain possession. Going to go to the far side. And will dump it down in the corner. Coffee's there with a man on him. Battle down low behind the net, 2-on-2 with a Bruins player lying on top of it. As Fisher now will end up with the puck. He's got a second, he just fires it down the ice. It's actually going to be on net, so no icing. As we're going to get a line change, all three forwards and a defenseman. As the Bruins are able to pick it up and send it all the way down and chip it down to offsetting the icing. Coffee's there. So he was the last man remaining on the ice. 0 legs. He ends up with the puck. He's going to pass up to Purchase. Purchase now. 1-on-2. He tries to circle, ends up with the puck, still has the puck across the red line and across the blue line with it. He's going to try to fire a shot on net, gets towards the net, not much on it, but at least gets a rebound. The puck is loose in front. no one there. Bruins are able to pick it up and skate. They're going to try to pass up. It's going to go all the way down the ice, and that will be an icing. It crosses the goal line, does whistle, icing, 5:35 left in the second. An offensive zone faceoff to the left of the Cherry Creek goalie. Nice to see a shot on net. It's been a while. Wasn't the hardest one, but at least we got one towards there. Bremer, Purchase, Bird, and O'Donnell. Creek wins that draw. They're going to bang it around the boards here. So they're doing a good job by stepping up, goes down deep behind the net. Bremer's there. Bird's down there. Is pinching. Backhand up. Purchase has it. He backhands it down deep. Creek has it. Easily throw it up the boards. They try to stretch pass, but O'Donnell's there to intercept. O'Donnell's got around another man. He's going to chip it in again. So he got held there a little bit. No penalty. I've seen 0 penalties today with 5 minutes left in the second, which is a shock from this Cherry Creek team, as they're known for that. Im's the last man back with 2 men on him. He's going to fire up the boards. We can turn quickly here. We can. No, gets knocked down the ice, but picked off by the Bruins defenseman. He's going to step in, tries to make him move. Gets knocked away by O'Donnell. O'Donnell knocks it up to the blue line, but not out. And we got Im. He's going to skate it up with a man on him. He's going to backhand it up, goes all the way down. And that gets touched by the Bruins defenseman. So icing waved off as the puck goes behind the Cherry Creek net. A good forecheck by Canapar. He's going to force him around the other side. He's going to backhand it here to his defenseman partner, and they will look up. He's going to flip it up and out. Foy's back with a man on him. Calmly spins, fires up the boards to Joseph. Joseph he's going to try to chip it up with 2 Creek players there to keep it in. It gets in front of that. Canapari makes a move around 1 man, but loses the puck and gets knocked to the defenseman, who chips it back in the corner. Not a lot of urgency here by these players. Joseph will pass it up to Canapari. Canapari with a good move. He's going to get it out. He's going to try to fire it down. It's deflected by a Bruins defenseman. And we'll apply some Bremer. Nope. Sorry. Annex on some light pressure. Forces a turnover, but gets knocked off of his stick as we end up with possession of the red line. Just happy to dump it in. And the Bruins now will bank it up the boards. Can't connect. O'Donnell's there with possession and some time. He's got Coffey back. Finds him. Coffey now back in there. Up the ice, fire up the ice to the red line. But the Bruins are able to pick up. They try to backhand it down in the zone, do. O'Donnell's there behind the net with some pressure. These are for Coffey, who's got some time. Tries to backhand it up to Deep. Does. Deep will backhand it up and down the ice, and it's outside this reach of Fisher. Goes all the way down for an icing. 3:11 left in the second. 1-0 Creek. Fisher deep and Purchase out there. Coffey and O'Donnell as well. Coffey now is going to pass up the boards to Purchase. Purchase chips off the boards deep with some pressure. It's a 1-on-1. Bruins defense is able to spin it back to the nearest boards here. They're going to flip it up. Purchase picks up midair. He's going to throw up to Deep. Can't quite get connect, and the Bruins defenseman is going to pick it off, fire a shot that gets deflected up and out of the ice. And we'll see some new legs here from Valor as Bremer hits the ice with Bird and Anneckstein, and Foy. Back him up. Bremer in the dot. Ties up his man. Puck on the dot. Puck is loose. Bird's there. He's going to end the possession. He's going to cross the blue line, get to the red line here as he battles hard against those far boards. 2-on-2 with Bremer and Bird. Bird kicks it down the zone. Almost intercepted as Bruins are able to go D to D. And the possession crossing the blue line. Good job by Bremer to come back and knock that puck out of the zone. Need a little pressure here. They're going to end up passing it D to D. They'll dump it down. No gets the stick on it, but the Bruins are the first one to it. Throw it in front of the net. Need a little urgency here, Valor. Cannabar is going to end up backhanding it all the way down. Does not hit the red line here, but the Bruins are able to pick it up. They're going to bank it off the boards. Happy to chip it down. Why wouldn't they? Im now behind the net with some time and the puck. 2 men on. They're going to throw up the ice. That gets picked off, and the high side going to fire a shot on net. Tough turnover there with some time, but not a lot of movement, giving a lot of outlets there. Forces a pass up the middle that gets picked off, and the shot on Noah, who in the right position, calmly gloves it, holds it with 1:53 in the second. Continues to be a 1-goal deficit. Puck back to the Bruins defenseman. Going to throw it on the boards. Anekstein's there. Defenseman pinches, keeps it in. Puck gets knocked out to the blue line. Again, a hard shot by their defenseman. Bruins behind the net. Joseph now with the puck. He's going to throw it in the middle of the ice. That gets picked off. Bruins with possession. They're going to chip it down low. They got a man behind the net. Bruins there to throw up the boards. Defenseman pinches. Fisher now. Puck gets knocked off his stick. Goes back to the Bruins defense. Going to throw it again towards the net. Noah's there with the save. Coffey backhand himself. Kicks up to Fisher. Fisher now to Anekstein. Anekstein's the backhand it to Fisher. Cannot get this puck out. The Bruins will dump it down deep again. Coffey with some time behind the net. It's going to reverse over to Canapari. Sorry, Anekstein. Anekstein now with a 2-on-1. He and Fisher's going to get the puck. Does not move the puck. Tries to make a move. Does not execute it. Gets the puck stolen off his stick. Creek now the other way, crossing the blue line. Good job by Fisher to back check, knock his man off the puck as the puck now loose behind the net. O'Donnell calmly leaves it for Coffey. Coffey now skates it up the ice. He's going to cross the blue line. He's got a man on his flank. He gets it to deep. Will chip it. Gets it knocked off his stick. That was offside there as Coffey kicks it in when deep is already in the zone. And Bruins will stretch pass, kick over the middle. They got one man to beat. It's going to backhand it to a man. It does not get picked up. Burgess gets the stick on it. It's shot off, and Noah's there to make the save as Bruins make a nice play with a backhand pass to a trailer there. Luckily got a stick on that. Did not get all of it. Good pass in front, but Deep is there to deflect. Purchase now with the puck on his stick. It's 1-on-3. He's going to cross the rail. He's going to try to chip it through. Gets deflected. Bruins have it, and they're going to throw it up his man who was open, but luckily the clock had run out. So end of the second period remains 1-0. We'll be right back. Sorry, all. We will not be back in a minute because the players are leaving the ice. So we'll get a wash here, which hopefully will assist the Valor Screaming Eagles and get a little speed back. A little bit of a shorter bench, so you can see the legs and the gas in the tank on low. So we'll get a good rest here and come back for the third period. Refresh, 15 minutes on the clock, and we will be back in about 10. All right, hello everyone, back here for some action. Third period kicking off here shortly. If anyone is interested, I have an update on the varsity team playing in Chi-Town. They skated to a 4-4 tie today against Glenbrook South Titans. Sorry, I'll update you later as the puck is dropped. We got the same line here. Deep, Fisher purchase, Coffey now with the puck behind his net. Partner Foy. Puck gets kicked off in front of the net and loose. Free defenseman kicks it towards net. Noah kicks to the side. Puck goes up the far boards here. Bruins defenseman steps up for the second, tries to bank it up again. This gets deflected. Purchase now off of his stick. He's going to get it to his skate. Tries to pass it deep off his skate. Stays in the zone. Fisher now with some time will circle back and will go behind that. He reverses. Coffey now is going to fire it up the board, but that also gets deflected. Coffey now with the puck on his stick. He's going to look at the boards. Purchase, that gets deflected. Purchase has. He's going to fire it up the middle of the ice. Gets knocked out to Deep. Deep crosses the red line. He's going to go around his man. This man in front backhanded towards the net. Foy is there, but can't get a handle on it. The puck is loose. Coffey knocks it loose to the center as Bruins are there at the blue line. He's going to stop, buy some time. Bremers hit the ice with some pressure. They backhand it into the zone. Noah kicks it to the far corner, but the Bruins are there to pick up the puck. And they're going to skate it towards the net. Shoots, and Noah's going to make a save. Shot from the defenseman. Puck is loose in front of the net, and the puck slides in under Noah's pad. So 13:43 in the third. Puck gets kicked out to the Bruins defenseman. They fire it towards the net. Puck is loose in front, and the Bruins forward is able to knock it. We'll get a replay here shortly. Get a clearer picture of exactly what happened. A shot from the top of the circle. Makes a save. Puck is loose. Gets a shot. Noah tries to slide over, but second attempt knocks it in the net. So 2-0 for the Bruins as Canapari's out there with Bird and Bremer. Canapari plays himself behind the net. Bruins are able to backhand it up through the wing where he gets past it, pinching in 2-on-1, but O'Donnell's there with a good play to knock it away. Canapari there plays it to himself. Near boards, loses the handle. Creek has it with numbers. They're going to get a shot on net. Noah's there with the save. As Canapari makes a good move. He chips it down the ice. Unfortunately, with the clean ice, that travels all the way down and will be an icing to the left of Noah King. We have Barone, Coffey, Fisher, Atkinstein, and looks like Joseph out there. Fisher on the dot, backhanded over to Coffey. Good, and he's got backhanded up to Joseph. Joseph will try to kick it to Fisher. Fisher tries to backhand it behind the defenseman, but can't do it. Gets kept in. Coffey's going to pass over to Atkins. He'll back it up, but we've got 3 people on the boards here. That finally gets knocked out. That gets chipped in the blue line. It's going to be offside. Gotta start moving our feet, find some open lanes and make some passes here. We cannot just fire the puck up the boards as Creek is all over blocking that attempt out. Creek wins the draw. They're going to turn fire. Coffey's going to be the first one back with some time. He's going to go behind it. Backhands it up to Joseph. Joseph's going to play up to a good breakout. Passes up to Fisher. Fisher makes a move on his defenseman. Just a little outside his reach as the other defenseman able to come over to knock it out. And that puck gets knocked all the way down the ice. Coffey's going to be the first one back. It will not be icing as the ref's already waved it off. Even though it traveled across the goal line. Coffey's going to try to chip the boards. Creek is there though with good pressure. As they battle in the near corner. 4 Valor players there and cannot get the handle on it. Bruins going to pass it over to Coffey. Coffey throws it in front of the net. Creek is there with a shot on net. Good, smooth kick save by Noah as he calmly just kicks it aside. Valor's able to knock it all the way down the ice. Deep is there with possession. Throws it in front of the net just outside the reach of Canapari. The good look by Carson Deep. Just can't quite find the handle in front of the net. So with a little bit of pressure that gets passed up all the way down the ice. Im is back. He's got possession with 3 Creek players on. If we can go here, we got numbers, and we do. Canapari now crosses the blue line. He's got, passes it over to Deep behind him. Deep ends up with, he's going to throw it down deep. Canapari's going to, it's in the far corner here, outside of his reach. Im tries to pinch, does. Puck actually gets out. Deep gets it over to Foy. Foy's going to dump it down. Purchase with some pressure now as Creek goes behind the net. D to D in the far corner. They're going to throw it up the ice. They do. They can't connect as Im is able to knock it away. The battle here at the red line, the near boards. Purchase in there. Bird now in there is going to dump it down the zone. Gets backhanded up the ice as Creek's able to skate it out as they cross the red line here with some momentum into the blue line. Backhanded down behind the net. Creek behind the net. They're going to try to throw it front. Bird is there to knock it away. Creek ends up with possession at the top of the circle. They try to backhand it themselves. The far boards here seem to be all over the ice as they maintain possession at the top of the blue line here. They're back at the top of the circle. Bird has it. Tries to chip it away. Purchase finally gets it out, at least out of the zone here. Bruins end up with possession. Gets knocked back out in the central zone. They're going to chip it in, but it's a delayed offside, so they got to clear the zone as Fisher decides to chip it up and out as we get some fresh legs on the ice. Boomer now with some pressure. Creek circling with the red line. They pass it on the far side. Makes it move top of the circle as good job by all of Valor players there. A good hit, but the puck trickles towards the goalie as Noah's able to cover it with a whistle. 10:04 left in the third, and your Valor Screaming Eagles are facing a 2-goal deficit, 2-0. All right, Canapari, Zadot, Annickstein, and Joseph. Your forwards, you got Barone and Coffey. Coffey now with it. Tries to make a move, gets knocked off his stick. Barone is there behind the net. And Canapari now skates up, passes it over to Annickstein. Annickstein will back it up and down. The Bruins defenseman gloves it. Put himself able to just knock it down. Calmly back in the zone. Coffey now behind the net. That light pressure goes to the far side to Joseph. Joseph tries to fire, but gets knocked off his stick. Bruins end up with a shot on net. Goes high and wide. Back to the point. They get a shot. Noah calmly blockers it to the corner. As now we get it back to Coffey with some time behind the net. He stick handles once, passes it over to Bird outside of his reach, but he's able to chip it up. Coffey's able to chip it down the ice, but right to the Bruins defenseman. They're able to go D to D and reverse the play here as they pass it back to the defenseman who's skating up the ice, crosses the blue line with possession. He's able to keep it in. The Bruins are going to end up with the puck in the slot. Whiffs on a shot. As now Coffey's going to pass it up the ice to Purchase. Purchase now with some speed. He's going to pass it up to Fisher. Fisher now with a backhand, tries to backhand in front of the net. We got Deep there. He's going to backhand it back to Fisher behind the net. Puck is loose. The Bruins defenseman just picks it up as they're going to be able to clear the zone all the way down. Im's there to pick it off. Or delayed offside. Get a little forecheck here, but the Bruins are able to go D to D. Purchase with some forecheck down low. Fisher there to support. Fisher gets the stick on it. A little support, but can't quite get it. And the Bruins now will skate it down the ice. Im is there though, and no one's going to be faster than him. He's able to steal the puck and skate it back to O'Donnell. O'Donnell now battling in their corner, spins. Bruins get the puck in front of the net and kick it towards Noah, and it's like Creek takes a shot after the whistle, which is not appreciated by your Valor defenseman, and they let him know. Skates away. And refs are good, teams are good. Full line changes with 8:19 left in the third. And we've yet to see a penalty. Bremer's out there with Bird and Atkinstein. Coffey and Foy. Creek tries to throw it in front of that, behind that. Foy's there though. Sircano's off the glass. That gets kept in by the Bruins defenseman. The Coffey's going to go behind the net, take a second, look up ice, skates it, passes it to Annickstein, can't quite get the handle. He tries to chip it, misses, but gets stayed in by the Bruins defenseman. They're going to throw it in front of the net. Noah gets a stick on it, but bounces dangerously in front. That gets kicked out to the far near side, and another shot towards the net. And Noah's able to get his blocking on it for a whistle. 7:49 remaining in this one. Fisher, Deep, Annickstein, Coffey, Foy. Fisher on the dot. Wins the draw back. Coffey's the first one to it. Tries to spin, but we have two Bruins players on him as we cannot hold our man off the draw. Next time he's going to try to chip it up. Goes off the glass at a weird angle. Stays in the zone. This puck just wants to stay in the Valor zone tonight. Coffey now behind the net. Tries to kick it to himself. It's chipped up. Cannot get out. Bruins defense is going to fire it low. Coffey's going to chip it up the boards. Deep is there. Got a man on him. Puck is loose at the red line, and the Bruins somehow get a 3-on-2. It's chipped away. Annexstein's there. Loses the puck, but gets knocked to Coffey. Coffey tries to backhand the boards. That gets deflection. Annexstein's there. Going to backhand it up and all the way down the ice. Ref's got his arm up, and it's going to cross the goal line and whistle for an icing. Deep was there with good pressure, but unfortunately just crossed the goal line. And 7:05 left in the third. We need to find an answer for a couple of these goals. So Bremer's going to come in the middle. Canapari, Purchase, and O'Donnell. Because he's going to near boards. Purchase chips it up. Bruins defenseman there is able to backhand it, but that's a delayed offside, so there's going to be some time. Purchase down with it. He's going to make a move that gets off of his stick and gets chipped out of the zone. Bruins now have it. Now Canapari ends up at the puck in the stick. He tries to leave it for Bremer. Skates over it. Bruins now will make a move with possession. Good step up by Im as he knocks his man off his puck. The puck is loose. He's going to throw it towards the net. Noah kicks it over to O'Donnell. O'Donnell turning, spins. Going to look around the net with some pressure on Im. Im's going to go back to O'Donnell. Got Canapari as the Bruins. A lot of pressure here. As O'Donnell, it'd be nice to get one pass up and out of the zone. Purchase down the near side. He's going to skate it back. He's going to pass it off the boards up to Canapari with a man on him. He tries to go back in his zone. And O'Donnell now with two men on him. Move the puck up the ice, boys. As Bruins going to pass to the far side. Purchase with the stick on it, deflect. They go down low. They got possession. They look up in the high slot. And they get a shot on net. Noah's there with his glove. Holds on to it as we cannot seem to get this puck out of the zone. 5:58 remains in the third period. Continues to be a 2-goal deficit as Valor needs to find an answer. Fisher, Annexstein, Deep, Barone, and Coffey. Creek wins the draw, gets a shot, gets deflected, does not reach the net. But in the far corner there, D Barone up to Annexstein. He's going to try to throw, gets deflected, but gets to Fisher just outside of his reach as we had a 2-on-1 possible. Now Bruins into the zone, going to cut to the middle. Good stick by Deep as he's back checking to knock it off a Bruins player who was cutting in the middle of the ice, is about to fire the shot. As Bruins now will calmly get it back into the central zone. He loses the handle. Fisher's there with some good pressure, just can't quite reach it. As Coffey steps up, Bruins now will enter the zone, 1-on-1. So Valor collapses here. Fisher's going to throw it far side to Coffey, just outside of his reach. The Bruins step up and will dump it down deep. Roan there, last man with a man on him, goes behind it, fires around the near boards here. Bruins are there to seal the boards and keep it in. Bruins now with possession, circling with the blue line. They're going to look down deep. Annexstein's going to fire it all the way down for an icing. Pull the trigger, get the line change, 4:52 left. Bremer, Purchase, Canapari, Foy, and O'Donnell. Need to get something going here. It'd be nice to get at least one on the board here to cut this deficit in half. Bremer on the dot. Wins it over to O'Donnell. O'Donnell with a man on him. Gets knocked behind the net. Bruins player ends up with possession. Foy's there. Seals his man off. Two Bruins on the puck. Bremer's there to help. 2-on-2 battle in the far corner here. Canapari now. So gets back to the point, top of the circle, fires a shot with a rebound, and Noah, a good save, kicks off to a Bruins player, is able to get some wood on it to deflect it back to the net, but Noah was able to move laterally really quickly to seal that shot off, cover it, and Bruins player pays the price for being in front of the net, as he should. No harm, no foul with 4:30 left. We'll see a face-off to the right of Noah King. We'll maintain the 5 personnel on the ice. Bremer skating up to the dot. Bruins are able to win the draw and possession down low. It's behind the net. O'Donnell's going to chip it in the corner to himself. Looks like he gets held there. No penalty though, as we're going to go 2-1-2. Puck is frozen against the boards here. Canapari battling. Bruins skate up with it. They're going to fire it all the way down around and to the far corner. Foy there. Makes a good check on his man, but Bruins winger is able to get to the puck first as the puck is loose. And the Bruins just seem to want this puck more than the Valor players do. Puck off the boards. That gets chipped up. We got Purchase with the man. It's got one-on-one. He gets knocked out of the puck. He's battling. Got a man in front. Spins. He still has possession. He's going to throw it in front of the net. Puck is loose and a backhand towards the net, but goal is there for a save. As the Bruins players all back in the zone, where it did look like a 2-on-1, but turned into a 2-on-5 really quickly. O'Donnell there chips the puck up to Canapari. Canapari leaves it for Fisher. Fisher now, Canapari across the blue line to Fisher. Fisher's going to get a shot towards the net. Tries to feed Canapari just outside of his reach as we can't connect. Fisher now throws it. Good hard shot. Fisher to Annexstein. Annexstein fires one from the top of the slot. Good hard shot. Goes able to block her away. Puck onto Canapari's stick, and that puck is out of the zone. As for the first time in the game, we realize there is no netting up here, so good to be aware of that. But a couple of good chances by Valor as we've got a little light. 3:05 left. Fisher, Annexstein, Deep, Barone, and O'Donnell. Fisher steps in. Ref has a couple of words. Bruins tie him up and kick it back. They're going to throw it all the way around, and good kick out, but misses it. Fisher now with the puck, dumps it in. Annexstein, there's chase. Bruins are able to kick up the boards. They're able to chip it up and out. Fisher's there, leaves it for Barone. Barone now across the blue line. He takes a check. And Bruins end up in possession. They go D. They're going to pass it off the board. Stretch pass. Good look. O'Donnell's there, but Bruins player maintaining possession. Waits for some support. Stops at the hash. Top of the circle. He's going to backhand it down low. Good job by Deep to knock that puck away. Continues the battle. Ends up with the stick. He backhands it off the boards and not quite out. So Bruins up in the stick. Good job by O'Donnell to knock it away. But Bruins end up with possession down low. And it's loose in front of the net, and Noah's going to get a glove on it for a whistle. 2:09 remaining in this one. See a replay here where Barone's trying to make something happen. He steps in, tries to make a move around the defenseman. The defenseman lowers his shoulder, and we're not going to let that happen. All right, Bremer steps out. Purchase and Canapari. Coffey now has it behind the net. His partner Foy walking in front, up off the glass. Defenseman from Bruins calmly gloves it down, chips it back in deep. Foy back there with two Bruins on the puck. As their forecheck has been relentless all game. Back behind the net. Foy throws his man in the boards. Puck is loose for a second. Foy's got it. He's going to chip up the boards to Canapari. Canapari up to Bremer. And now a whistle. And signaling a cross check. I don't know why he's calling a penalty. It's great he's calling a penalty on Creek, but we had possession of the puck. So I'm not sure why he whistled it down when Valor had the puck. And it was a 2-on-2. The potential opportunity there, but we'll take the power play. Creek doing Creek things finally in this game with 1:39 left. Valor Screaming Eagles will go on the power play, needing a goal. Coach Jeff Martin looking dapper in his sweater. He calls a timeout. And Coach Wheeler will provide some instruction to his team in terms of what we want to see here, because time is not on our side. Neither is the score. And ref blows his whistle to call it teams, and neither one moves. With a Creek here is ready. Valor's going to take as much time as absolutely possible. Another whistle. Gotta be careful here. And here we go. Looks like we've got Fisher, Purchase, Deep, O'Donnell, and Canapari. Noah King's going to stay in the net for the moment. Nope, he's not. We got Bremer out there as well. So we pull the goalie, 6-on-5. Need to maintain possession here. Got a goal in net. A good battle down low. Canapari has it, gets back to Fisher. Fisher now with some time. He's going to look low to Purchase. Purchase is going to go back to Deep. Deep is going to fire it low to Fisher. Fisher now circling at the hash. Goes low to Purchase. Purchase throws it to Fisher. Give and go. Good opportunity. That puck goes all the way down, and unbelievable. They score a goal on that. There's a Hail Mary from the far hash and ends up going in the net for an empty net goal. And 3-0. Good puck movement by Valor. We try to give and go from the corner. Unfortunately, gets turned over and gets dumped down. Still have a power play, but could be an insurmountable lead here as Creek's going to dump it down in. O'Donnell's back with the puck. All kinds of time. Passes it over Deep. Deep throws it over to Fisher. Fisher with possession. It's over to Purchase. Purchase is going to chip it in. Under a minute here as Creek's going to try to throw up the boards. O'Donnell's got it under his stick. It goes all the way down. Deep will be the first person back as the clock continues to tick. We're under 50 seconds here. Bruins with some pressure. Deep's going to backhand it over to O'Donnell. Down was going to throw it up to Canapari. Canapari looking for someone to pass the puck to. Got two people on him immediately, and Creek ends up with the puck. Throws it back to Deep. Deep now is going to pass it up to Fisher. Fisher leads it to Deep. Deep across the red line with some speed. He's going to make a move around his man. Tries to make another and gets checked and pays for it. Another good hit by the Bruins defenseman, standing people up. They try to enter the zone. Deep keeps the puck in, but then ends up out of the zone. He's going to end up with it on his stick. He's going to try to cross the goal and takes another hit. As Creek now has the puck, and they will just calmly chip it up and out of the zone. Forey knocks it in midair with a man on him immediately. Ends up possession, crossing the blue line, and that's the game, folks. 3-0 Cherry Creek Bruins. So this one will end. Not the start of the Shasta season that you'd like to see, but good news is it's a long season. And we'll be back next game. Enjoy the rest of your weekend.